Well, national service for teenagers, tax cuts for pensioners, and a clampdown on liberal gender rules, they were among the headline-grabbing announcements that had already been deployed in the first crucial weeks of the Tory campaign. Many argue that it worked well if the aim had been to make people angry online and to give commentators a reason to bicker. But this 80-page manifesto added an array of further tax cuts to keep the right wing of the Tory party happy, funded by promises of big cuts to welfare spending and civil service bureaucracy. In fact, analysts say that for many UK citizens, the headline-grabbing tax cuts would be offset by stealth rises in income tax thresholds. The welfare cuts sounded tough, but it was never specified where the axe would fall. There was also no explicit mention whether the graduate route visa program will be retained as it is post the July 4th election, though the manifesto clearly says that the Tories will increase all visa fees and remove the student discount to the immigration health surcharge to raise more money for public services. Additionally, the Conservatives say they would pay for £17 billion of tax cuts by 2030, including cutting national insurance for the self-employed by making savings elsewhere. But like all manifestos, the numbers are based on the party's assumptions, and so they are open to question. The Conservatives are promising a legal cap on migration by getting Parliament to fix an annual number of work and family visas. That level would fall every year, they say, and the manifesto says that this will protect public services, but the evidence that migration damages public services, where it often fills labour gaps, is highly contested. In this manifesto also, they promise to close university courses in England with high dropout rates, or which leave graduates no better off. Builds on existing powers, they've already said this. But the Office for Students, which regulates universities, already acts if courses fail and they fall below quality thresholds. It estimates that this applies to no more than 3% of current students, but if potential graduate earnings are taken into account, more courses might fall into this category. The Tories also plan to deliver 1.6 million new homes. They are pledging to toughen sentences for offences including knife crime, grooming and assaults against retail workers. But don't forget, UK prisons already have an overcrowding crisis. Another big theme of the Conservative campaign is the promise of security. And at the heart of that is a commitment to spend 2.5% of the GDP on defence spending. The current NATO target is 2%. Other Tory pledges include regular flights to Rwanda, net zero without new green charges, to boost R&D spending by £2 billion a year to £22 billion, 3 strikes warning for anti-social elements, and cuts to welfare and civil service numbers are on the radar as well. The Tories also pledge a cap on social care costs and to recruit 92,000 more nurses and 28,000 more doctors. But beneath the surface, these pledges, opposition members argue, are more about sending signals than transforming a nation.